Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Well, Steve and I have been playing leapfrog all week, so we're swapping Joneses. And every time I make my way back, things quiet down. Now, on the weekend, some interesting weather's going to try to make its way in, but Zach's getting so good at doing the weather, he's going to put me out of the job. Now, another beautiful weekend as we see the Friday the 13th roll around. Hopefully, you got some spooky plans out there. And if you don't have any, it's going to be perfectly fine because I just have my eye on the lake. Because when I think about Father's Day weekend, I always think about fishing. Now, temperatures all the way down into those lower 70s, if not bottoming out at 70 degrees. Then we made a good 20-degree run up into those 90s. But things are drying out. Now, a lot of rain making its way out of the area after a wild week across the entire region. 92 in San Angelo, everybody else in those lower 90s across the entire area. It's going to be a beautiful Friday night and a wonderful weekend. 93 in Sterling City, 90 down there in Junction. 7 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. Keeping our eye on those dew points and those humidity indices. They're up there in those 60s, while humidity indices are in those 30s all the way up into those 50s. So pretty normal, pretty comfortable, pretty great, pretty quiet out there as we continue to watch this West Texas sun pushes up into those triple digits. Now, water vapor imagery, I always get these two confused. Moisture tracker is going to show you where last year we kept our eye on some strong spikes, some chimney effects, some stove piping around Minnesota. This year, it's the entire eastern side of the entire nation, but down in the Gulf Coast area, concentrations of yellow are going to push back. Now, the upper level pattern is going to show you how the high pressure off towards the west coast is weakening, and then somewhere around Florida off the east coast, we talk about the Bermuda Azores high, and Stephen and I were trying to guess about sort of the characteristics or how strong this high pressure is to push this far sort of west and keep that weather here in the Concho Valley relatively wet. Now the water vapor imagery showing us how this same system that pushed a lot of that rain shower activity over us Wednesday has slowly pushed up across the entire Mississippi River Valley and then off towards the Rocky Mountains. They're dealing with a little bit more severe weather as it goes around the entire Concho Valley. Now we're taking a good look at the severe weather outlook all the way up the entire Rocky Mountain Front Range, and down here in the Concho Valley, we're just on the edge like usual. Down at the surface, getting a good idea of the severe weather popping up across Montana and Wyoming, then off towards the east, a little bit of flash flooding erupting around Indiana and parts of Illinois, but beautiful weather down here in the Concho Valley for the entire rest of the weekend. I'm really keeping my eye on this tornadic development, or at least the rain shower activity that will continue to develop around Wichita Falls. Now, around the Concho Valley and the Panhandle, we'll continue to see this cloud cover push back and forth. Keep your eye on Dallas and Houston. I thought these two systems would come together and would work its way all the way into the Concho Valley, but it seems to run out of steam just outside of the area. Now, Steven's going to get a better look at it because it's time to throw him back the keys. I know he's been going back and forth for about a month now. I really appreciate it. You've been doing a great job. I've just been watching you from the comfort of my couch, trying to get better at doing the weather. So tonight, all the way down into those 70s, I think that's what you would say, Steve. And then tomorrow, a good run at those 90s, but we'll see how good you do. And of course, we're making sure we're practicing a lot of that hot weather safety. That means generous amounts of sunscreen because the cloud cover is completely gone. As we get closer towards Father's Day, you have 2 days left. We're going to hover around those triple digits, but by next week, we're definitely there. Now, Stephen gets a closer look at it, but as we get closer towards that third week of June, if not closer towards the 4th of July, things are going to cool off while those overnight lows lock themselves in those lower 70s. Stay tuned. Welcome more for the break. You're watching KSAN News at 6.